Good morning, this is Secret Scuffed coming to you live with the finale of Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Oh man, this has been a long time coming, huh? To be honest, I did not think this game would take this long, and really, it shouldn't have. Me getting sick right as we started it definitely played a part, but the streams were also just pretty short. So when we start Spirit of Justice, which will probably be within the next week and a half, I'd like to try and change things a little bit so that we go from completing a chapter every 2 to 3 streams to completing a chapter every 2 streams. I think I could make that work so long as I don't choose a weird time slot. Is that the right... Did I forget to save, perhaps? I don't know. Did I stop in the middle of a trial? Oh, I recall. I stopped the to be continued, yes. Oh, something else to note. We've changed... Well, I've changed some of the settings around here because I was in the right mind to do that. So we should have, for the first time in a long time, good quality stream. Not gonna be well, yeah. The whole incident with the Monster Hunter stream, my goal is to avoid that from now on. So this is the way I've chosen to do so. Now, here's something I need to try really quickly. I want to see... Oh, wait, no, what am I doing? We can't be testing things in the middle of all this. We should just do what we can with what we have, because I've already spent far too long testing out stuff, and it has greatly benefited me, but we should just get into it, yeah? We're already a bit late. Mr. Wright, are you going to cross-examine Sasha? I guess I'll have to ask her about the noise from the stuff falling down. Mr. Wright? Mr. Rhymes, why did you lie? What voice I give him? I didn't want Sasha to have to appear in court. I thought if anybody had to testify, I should be the one to do it for her. But why would you go to all those lengths? Did you see the entry for the 20th on that calendar? The note about meeting the captain at the Orca pool? Yeah, I found that calendar at in the nap room. I think it's probably Sasha's. What? Then that means... I guess it does look like more of a woman's calendar than a man's. Oh man. Come on, get into shape. I didn't want suspicion to fall on Sasha. Mr. Wright, I gotta go back to the aquarium to look after the orca in Sasha's place. I'll be rooting for you on the other end of that TV phone. Please take care of Sasha. Okay, we can't let Prosecutor Blackquill get the best of us. Time to refocus. You're right. After all, we're the only ones who can save Orla. Okay, that was a pretty short intermission. The court will now reconvene. Prosecutor Blackquill, please call the witness to the stand. Again, you waste your breath. Oh, what voice did I give her? Me name be Sasha, and I be one of Captain Orla's swashbucklers. I come to rescue me bucko from the false charges put on her by the dread pirate Nostash. Nostash? I guess Nostash refers to Prosecutor Blackquill this time. Well, it can't be the judge. He has a mustache and a full beard. Now then, Captain Judge, shall we begin the pirate court? Captain Judge? I rather like that. It makes me feel like a salty old sea dog. And scene. How is that for a self-intro? The court is not a show. State your full name and occupation. I'm Sasha Buckler. I work at Shipshape Aquarium. I perform in our Swashbuckler Spectacular Pirate Show alongside Orla as her trainer. Well, you seem like a completely different person now. You really think so? Thanks. I was in my pirate show persona just then. Prosecutor Blackwell said I could introduce myself any way I like. I bet money you didn't think you were going to do it like that. Ugh. Bad delivery. And, what will this witness testify about? The orca manipulated the victim into playing volleyball, and then knocked the items down. The witness will report about hearing the noise that caused the victim's death. Now, wait just a minute. Sure, Orla uses the ball to break props sometimes. She even spiked the ball at the giant octopus's leg yesterday when I was cleaning. So, Orla was the one who broke that leg, huh? But she wouldn't have knocked down a ball. She couldn't have knocked down that huge stack of equipment with her little ball. I thought you were paying attention to the trial over the telecast. But you apparently know nothing of what we have been discussing. The orca knocked down the equipment by pulling on the cloth that was underneath it. No one said anything about the orca knocking it down with a ball. What? Is that what we're talking about? I came in here to give Prosecutor Nostache a good keel hauling. Whoa. Her sword. Didn't her sword go flying in the video? I hate to do this so early, but I need to watch this video really quickly. Shame I can't speed it up. Let me see. Because if it does stab into this... Oh, I guess it went in an angle. Okay, so it probably is the same sword then. I was thinking that perhaps that her sword got switched. She has two swords. Well, I suppose that wouldn't really matter because the sword didn't take part in this murder. Oh well, suppose that observation went for nothing. But I'm the one getting the cat o' nine tails. Oh, he's as vicious as a tiger shark. Miss Buckler, just focus on your testimony. You'll be all right. Don't worry, we'll take care of that tiger shark for you. Thank you, Athena. Okay, I can do this. My testimony will be phenomenal. All right, Miss Buckler. Please proceed with your testimony. All right, what do we got? I admit I heard Orla summoning me with a loud noise, but the aquarium guest's scream I heard over the walkie-talkie was much more urgent. I talked to Norma de Plume first, and then went to the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, and the captain was lying in the middle of it all. Her story doesn't seem to be much different from Marlon Rhymes' testimony. Or does it? The circumstances are different. The actual order of Orla's actions depend on the order the witness heard the two noises. If she heard the scream first, the prosecution's claim doesn't stand up.
Objection.
Unfortunately for you, she doesn't remember the order of what she heard. She doesn't? I was distracted at the time, so I don't really recall which one I heard first. I was lost in thought until the guard brought me back to myself. Sorry I'm no help. As long as the order remains unclear, I shall not alter the prosecution's claims. After killing the victim with a bag of coins, the orca toyed with the body in the water. I have to turn things around here somehow. Unless I can prove the sound Sasha heard was not the sound of the victim's murder. Blackwell's claim that Orla pulled down the equipment to kill the victim will stand. If I want to save Orla, I had to find a contradiction, no matter how small. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. Alright. I didn't see anything particularly obvious that first time around. Let's see. Heard Orla summoning you with a loud noise. Then you heard this scream over the walkie-talkie. Okay. You talked to Norma de Plume, and then went to the pool room with the security guard. The equipment was everywhere, with the captain lying in the middle. Well, that fits that. Security footage. And that's not it. I'm thinking that we should press... Oh, what would we press, actually? I was thinking this, but that's not going to give me anything, I don't think. Okay, how is this? You heard something over the walkie-talkie? Let's do that. You heard Mr. Plume scream? That's right. I heard her through the walkie-talkie of a guard making his rounds. Ah! I can still hear it in my head. It was so loud I thought it was a sea lion. Mr. Plume sort of reminds me of a sea lion, actually. I know, right? Oh, I should call her Sea Lion Lady. See how she likes it. I guess Athena's still upset about being called Yellow Girl. What did you do after hearing the visitor scream? Okay, that's not anything particularly helpful. Well, what loud noise summoned you? Was it the crashing? What made you think Orla was summoning you? Orla knows the sound of her cries doesn't carry far enough, so sometimes she summons people by making a loud noise. That Orla is smarter than the average whale, I tell ya. Taka would not be bested in a battle of wits. Wait a minute. Which is the smartest one of all? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the smartest one of all? Widget. Am I expected to enter trucy into this my kid is better than yours Appaloosa? And did you heed the summons of this very intelligent Orla immediately? I couldn't right away, although I was concerned about her, of course. Well, that's not it either. I suppose it probably is. I mean, this was my first instinct, but I really feel like this isn't going to give me anything. You talk to Orla the Plume, she tells you that she saw a body, or someone being dragged around by the orca. And then you go to the room with the security guard. You and the security guard headed up to the orca pool room? Yeah, apparently that obnoxious writer lady said she didn't trust me by myself. That's why, after talking to her, the guard and I went to the pool room together. Why be the one so suspicious? Arr, I demand a swordfish duel. That's what I felt like saying to her anyway. Oh, I'm afraid I don't get it. That was a line from the show when Orla and Sasha quarrel with each other. Didn't you do your swashbuckler spectacular homework, Your Honor? Why am I getting scolded here, Mr. Wright? And why am I getting scolded here, Your Honor? Miss Buckler, please tell me what happened after you headed to the pool room. Alright, when the guard and I got there, we saw that... Okay, that wasn't... Yeah, like I thought, it's not it. Equipment everywhere, and the captain lying in the middle of it all. That's completely true. I'm not going to get anything out of it, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, the coins... The calendar... I don't think the calendar is going to come into play just yet on any of these. Oh, we didn't get the bag. The bag's not in our evidence. That's... I was thinking that maybe we could use the bag, but no. Alright. Well, I suppose we'll just press this. This might be a press everything situation. But what do you recall about the scene exactly? I don't remember much, to be honest. I was in total shock from seeing the captain like that. If you ask me something specific, I might be able to remember, though. Specific questions, huh? Okay, let's see. What should I ask her about? Ooh. Yeah. I think we should probably compare what she saw to the body, right? Yeah, seems good to me. Could you tell me more about the state you found the victim in? It's so hard to even think about it right now. Sasha is deeply traumatized by the victim's death. I guess I shouldn't push her on it then. Poor Sasha. She must have really adored him. Do you think Orla really did make that stuff fall down? I think we probably need more information before we can know what really happened. Let's be careful not to let a single inconsistency slip by us. Oh, that's the looping dialogue. Oh, they put it straight into it, huh? Nope, don't do that. Press it, because we know now that there's a branching path in here. We need to explore that. So let's skip forward a bit. Is it going to be about the coins, perhaps? Could you tell me more about the things that were scattered around? They were equipment and props for the new show. The new show? Yeah, we were supposed to debut a brand new Swashbuckler Spectacular yesterday. We already defeated the giant octopus in No Stash after all. We were going to have a new nemesis, Red Stash. He's on the flyer. Yes, I saw this earlier. Oh, that's the flyer Rifle was distributing. Who will obtain the golden coins hidden in the Skull Rock? Ooh, I wish it could be me. Leave it to you, Athena, to know all about it. Orla's even got some new tricks for the new show. Okay. So, all the stuff that fell down was for the new show, is that it? That's right. A bunch of props and crates and other equipment stacked up. Your Honor, for the record, I'd like that information added to the witness's testimony. Very well, Miss Beckler. Please append what you just said to your testimony. Sure thing. Alright. How is this going to help me? Props for the new show were everywhere. Captain was in the middle of it. Can I see his face? I can. He's not wearing the red mustache. Or the eye patch, so I guess... Or the... He is wearing the scarf in this scene, though. So I suppose they're... Oh, he is wearing the eye patch. I didn't even notice. Okay, he has the eye patch. He has the scarf. He's missing the mustache. Is that what we do? I feel like that shouldn't be it, because they did note earlier that the mustache on the Orca falls off. But I feel like that's the only thing that we could get from expanding here. Alright, this is going to be a bit weird. But, Objection! Object on that. No, okay, I thought so. That was a bit of a stretch, even by my logic. And the captain was in the middle of it all. Well, so that's probably going to be the next step then. Whistle, security footage, walkie-talkie. Let's see. Is it the coin? I suppose it could be the coin. Oh, maybe we should press this. You know, press the thing that we got from the expansion. These props for the new show. What kind of things were they? A blow-up dolphin, an anchor, Red Sash's costume, the bag of coins, stuff like that. The captain was wearing his usual costume and the new props were all there. Wait a minute. Something about that doesn't seem right. Is there a problem with Sasha's testimony? Oh, okay, I was right. I just didn't do it the way the game wanted to. I haven't run into that issue too many times in this game. You say the captain was wearing his usual costume, but is that completely accurate? Come on, Phoenix, what are you nitpicking my testimony for? If we look at the body, we see that there's a discrepancy between that and your statement. You say that the victim was wearing his usual costume, but you'll notice the victim was wearing a red scarf around his neck. I imagine this red scarf is part of his new costume that you're preparing for the pirate show. For the new pirate show. Oh, you're right. It's written right here in the flyer for the new show. Featuring the dashing red stash with a fluttering red scarf. Although, I have to say, it looks just like a red Oh, sorry about that. Although, I have to say, it looks just like a red scarf was added to his old costume. Yeah, well, the captain was never one to spend much money on costumes. But, you know, the captain wasn't wearing that red scarf. But in this photo, I believe I see a red scarf. Yeah, but it's not wrapped around his neck. It's just draped over the top of his neck. That red scarf was packed away with the rest of the new show's equipment. It must have fallen on top of the captain when the equipment fell down. Oh, I see. It looks like your discrepancy wasn't really a discrepancy after all. So, the scarf doesn't have anything to do with the case? But there's something about the timing of the stuff falling that bothers me. Hold on, the timing of the stuff falling. The timing. Maybe my theory has been all wrong from the beginning. Maybe the bag of coins isn't the murder weapon. Okay, let's see. Where do we think he's going with this? So if we're thinking about the timing, The stuff gets knocked over. He gets dragged down into the pool. Does he have the scarf stuck to him when he's in the pool? No. So he's put out of the pool, and then the scarf is put on him. And the scarf has disappeared, presumably taken by the police or the prosecution, because it's not in the second photo. Or put away. I suppose there could be blood on it, if not the bag. But even if it's not related to the murder weapon, it's absolutely a discrepancy that we need to explore. And so your last cross-examination ends in failure as well. You should know that such a feeble slash will never hurt me. As I said, the orca made the equipment fall and then toyed with the body in the water. I'm sorry, Prosecutor Blackquill, but based on the circumstances at the scene, the defendant couldn't have dragged the body into the water after the equipment fell. And why, pray tell, is that? Oh, I'll tell you all right. If my theory has been all wrong, then I'll just have to fix it. Yes, Mr. Wright, please do tell the court. What indicates that the body was not dragged into the water after the items fell? It would be the scarf. This red scarf fell at the same time as the bag of coins. But if the body was dragged into the pool after the bag of coins fell, then the red scarf wouldn't still be on top of the body. What? In other words, the victim was already dead when the equipment came crashing down. Therefore, the bag of coins that fell with this red scarf was not the murder weapon.
Silence.
But it was the defense who claimed the bag of coins was the murder weapon to begin with. Well, yes, that's true. Do you intend to abandon your original arguments? After hearing the testimony, I realized my theory about the murder weapon was wrong. Please recall that the facts we have learned so far. It's a fact that what Orla bit was the victim's dead body. After all, when we saw the victim on the security footage, she was already dead. But then, Orla carried the victim's body to the side of the pool, and knocked down the equipment for the new pirate show that was piled up there. Maybe Orla was trying to alert the humans to the victim's condition. If Orla knocked the items down on the victim after he was already dead, then it means the defendant didn't kill the victim with those items. But that's preposterous. Alright. Even still, your argument is lacking. If neither the orca's headbutting nor the bag of coins were the manner of death, then how do you propose was the victim killed? Can I take a look at that bruise he has on his hand? That's a peculiar shape. But I don't think it's time to use that quite yet. Let me see. So I was thinking that maybe the bruise on his hand was from what's it called? The coin bag, when it fell on him. But that doesn't really make... I realize now that doesn't make much sense. Since, how to say... There's blood on the bag. And this is internal bleeding. I just wanted to check the shape of it real quick. Just in case. Ah! A very good point. If the defense is now abandoning its original theory, then we would need a new theory as to what the murder weapon was. Alright. I doubt I have no clue would go over well. Alright, let's go over what we still need to find out about the victim's body. What we don't know is how he died, and why his body was at the bottom of the pool. I wonder if there's something that would explain both of these things at once. How did the victim's body sink to the bottom of the pool? On a diagram, it's easy enough to move the body to the bottom of the pool, but in real life, the water would just cause the body to float. Right. Hold on. Water? Okay, then what if we flip that around? What if there was no water? Then the body would go right down in an instant. So, could the real manner of death be... Thanks for the great hint, Athena. What? I helped you and I didn't even know it? Your Honor, I think we know the real manner of the victim's death. I think won't do, Mr. Wright. I expect a clear answer. Now then, what was the real manner of Jack Shipley's death? What's the manner of death that moved the victim to the pool, bottom of the pool in an instant? Well, it's falling. I feel a bit silly having to say that after they hinted toward it so many times. Please take a look at this diagram of the orca pool. If there was no water in this pool, then it would be very easy to move the victim's body to the bottom of the pool. He would drop straight down. Oh my, could that be the true manner of death? The orca pool is about 65 feet deep. If the victim were to go from the top of the pool to the bottom when there was no water, then he would, without question, have fallen to his death. Death from a fall. And that's your answer? It all makes perfect sense. If he fell, that would explain the signs of blunt force trauma all over the body, too. The culprit pushed the victim into the pool when there was no water in it. After doing something to keep the body from floating up, they filled the pool with water. The pool water washed away any signs of blood, so no one would realize that he fell. Surprisingly, that actually makes sense. Order! Order in the court. I'm just as surprised as you are, but I must have order. If falling was the manner of death, then does that mean the defendant's behavior was the result of being manipulated by the true culprit, as the defense claimed? Yes, it would have to be. All that needs to be explained now is how the real culprit commanded Orla. Miss Buckler, is there a way to instruct Orla to bite someone? What? What kind of trick would that be? Of course not. Then could you tell us about the tricks Orla does know? Well, there's jumping, dancing, and playing volleyball. And she can spin, do the rock and roll trick, and sing the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. Those sound like pretty nice tricks, but I doubt they're related to this case. She's also practicing 2 new top-secret tricks. There's the human rocket, where she shoots someone up into the air, and there's the lifesaver trick, where she brings a drowning person to the surface. Hey, one of those top-secret tricks might have something to do with the case. Now, which of those 2 tricks sounds relevant to the case? So, in the lifesaver trick, Orla brings a drowning person to the surface, correct? You caught it! Orla's still learning how to hold someone gently in her mouth. So she sometimes bites into their clothes, but she's never hurt a person's skin. She brings a drowning person to the surface? Then that must be it. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth. That matches up perfectly with what Mr. Bloom said in her testimony. The real culprit must have used the lifesaver trick command to manipulate Orla. I still find this very hard to believe. Then let's see it for ourselves. Let's have Orla show us her trick using a practice dummy. As you wish. The prosecution doesn't appear to have any objection. Miss Buckler, please proceed. Okay, sure. I'll show you Orla's phenomenal trick. Hey, Marlin, are you ready over there? Okay, let me just go get the practice dummy. There. It's in the pool. Ready and stand by, Sasha. Here goes. Orla's secret new trick, the lifesaver. Let's see. The clothes got torn up a little bit, but the dummy doesn't have any new marks on it. And there you have it. Orla's secret new trick. Wow, that orca really is something. A cute thing like that wouldn't hurt anybody. Sounds like the gallery loved Orla's performance. That was great. That awesome trick captured everybody's heart. Oh, wonderful. I wish I could see more. It looks like we silenced Prosecutor Blackwell. Thank you, Orla and Miss Buckler. And thank you too, Mr. Rhymes. And so, now you can clearly see how Orla was manipulated. The bottom of the orca pool needs to be examined immediately. We might still find some evidence of the victim falling to his death. Prosecutor Blackquill, please have that taken care of at once. Excuse me, Prosecutor Blackquill, but I am requesting further investigation. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Fulbright. Tisk tisk, Prosecutor Blackquill. You have to answer the nice judge politely. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot. The thing you asked for just came in. Ugh. And you couldn't be bothered to think of a less violent way to deliver it? What did Prosecutor Blackquill ask for? I've been waiting for this. Oh, and what is that? An updated autopsy report. Oh, there it is, there it is. The thing we have all been waiting for. Oh. Blackquill, you can't be stealing Edgeworth's thing like that. Okay, well let's see. What do we think is going to change? Obviously, the time of death is going to be updated. And... You know, I don't know if the cause of death is going to change in his favor. I think it might stay as is. Because there's not really... Because we already need to go in for another day of investigation. Yeah. Alright. Let's see it. What? Why did it have to come now? During the recess, I ordered the body to be re-examined. Something started nagging at me during the course of the trial, you see. Here. I take it you'd like me to read it? Very well. Cause of death? Thought to be from a 60-foot, 5-foot fall. Well, that's very specific. Did the time get updated? But this... Let me see. From 12 to 10 a.m. on July 20th. Thought to be from 65-foot fall into pool. Okay, that's why it's so specific. Bruised all over. Ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet. Blow to head received after death. Yep. Hey, look, that's actually in our favor for once. But this is decisive evidence that substantiates Mr. Wright's theory. What? It's something good for a change? If the manner of death was falling into an empty pool, the Orca can't be responsible. It seems Orla's complete innocence has been proven. I suppose I can't deny that. This is fantastic! You did it, Mr. Wright! Prosecutor Blackquill isn't even trying to refute it. Orla is saved! Yeah. Is it really safe to celebrate? It would appear more investigation into this case is necessary. But first, allow me to render my verdict. The court finds the defendant, Orla Shipley... Huh. I can't say I expected that. I assume now we're gonna have to defend, Sasha, right? I don't see how else this could go. You did it! Thank you so much, Phoenix. Thank you, Athena. Orla and Marlin, thank you too. Congrats, Sasha. Time to celebrate. Go on, eat up. Alright. I'm glad to see everybody so happy. And I'm absolutely thrilled about the verdict. Thank you, Right Dono. Huh? For what? The drain pool. Thanks to you, the truth is finally clear. Fulbright, arrest this woman. Certainly. Right away, Prosecutor Blackquill. Sasha Buckler, you are hereby under arrest for the murder of Jack Shipley. What? What are you talking about? What reason could you possibly have? Come now. You must have had some idea in the back of your dull little mind. The true culprit manipulated the Orca in order to have false charges brought upon her. And who is the only one with the ability to accomplish that? It can only be the Orca's trainer. But I'm sure there's some other explanation.
Silence.
I don't need any of your